Welcome to Peaceful Streaming. So I am going to start flipping the Pink Kingdom. I think the way I'm going to do that is to try to keep some of the character of the place, but tone it down. Um, so for instance, with this, maybe I'll paint it like a much lighter color, much lighter version of lavender. But I thought since it's daytime, what I do now is first just mow the lawn because it will bother me otherwise. As I've mentioned before, I actually can mow a lawn in real life. This is different because when you're mowing a lawn in real life, it's like an extension of you. You turn, it turns. This is not quite the same thing um, at all. Let's see. It's very awkward. But yeah, I mean, I may not actually do anything with the garden. I'm not sure, but I always like to mow the lawn now that we're able to. Well, actually this is a flip, so I would always be able to, but even on jobs, I like to mow the lawn now because we're able to as of the last update. Just because the lawns always bothered me a lot. Um, hang on one second. So, yeah, very, very essential. It's just, I mean, it's not just the grass. It's also the way to get rid of all the weeds. So, and potentially gophers. Hopefully there aren't any. Now, or moles. I can't tell. Are they moles or gophers? Although, it would be nice if you could actually get rid of gophers and moles by digging up the mounds they make, which I know personally is not true. And my husband really knows it because he's spent a lot of time trying to get rid of them. But they actually destroyed some tomatoes one year that we'd planted. And it took me forever to realize that I was watering them every day, but somehow they were still dying. And it finally dawned on me when I found a mound in the tomato plant bed that the gophers had probably chewed through all the roots. So I was watering them, but the roots were not able to convey the water to the plant because they had been like chewed through. So that was a bummer. We haven't had really good luck with our tomatoes. When we actually moved in here, the landlord told us that one thing we wouldn't be able to grow was tomatoes because at that point, that was 15 years ago, every afternoon, fog would come down, or I guess it was clouds. My husband tells me it was clouds, would come down. And so I guess that caused, some serious problems with tomatoes. The reason we actually started doing it again is because that fog has disappeared. Like, it was regular as clockwork, and I think we haven't really seen it that much for 10 years. So, thanks to climate change. Yeah, that was something we always had, like 4 o'clock. Well, time change notwithstanding, or keeping in mind the time change. Obviously, the climate doesn't care about the time change, so it was a different time other times of the day, but it was the same time light wise, So Yeah. And it's gone. It was kind of disappointing. It was really cool to watch. But it's gone now. So yeah, I mean, I definitely missed it. But we were like, well, okay, as long as now that we don't no longer have the fog, might as well grow some tomatoes. And we tried like twice, 2 different years, and the first year before the gophers, I can't remember what happened now. We did have some, but it should have been a lot more. I just do not remember what happened. Yeah. But after the gopher thing, I was just like, you know what? These take so much water. And I would love to actually taste a tomato like they used to taste when I was a kid. But it's just not worth it. We're pouring so much water into this. So I think we also may have the wrong kind of earth. I thought my husband prepared the soil, but it's like very clay-like. So even if you prepare the bed by like breaking everything up, and it still ends up somehow, and adding different types of earth, still somehow ends up like hardening into this clay. So it's probably not the best. But I actually gave up on anything other than succulents a few years ago, finally, because we've had so many droughts, and I just felt like, you know what, I just cannot, I can't use up all this water. So now I have succulents and use almost no water, and I feel much better. Not to mention in drought years, water is really expensive. So, you really have to say to yourself, yes, it would be nice to have fresh, non-forced tomatoes, but given what water costs, might not be worth it. So I heard recently that they have improved the process for desalination of seawater. So hopefully, I mean, that definitely would be helpful. Of course, we might screw up the ocean life by taking more water away. I don't know. I do not know much about it, and now that I no longer work in geography, which actually also was like did climate science, I just don't know much about it. Okay, so now I have to get rid of those weeds, and oddly enough, I think the best way is to sell them. The quickest way, because using the weed whacker is really slow, because these guys are tough. And they won't actually on jobs, they won't actually let you sell these things. Now, I don't know what that is, but that to me, that's got to be a weed. I tried to pick it. Oh, okay. So I tried to pick it in the flower bed. I guess you have to... Okay, well, I'll just sell it. Yeah, so at least this will look neater. Even if I don't... Is that another one there? Yeah. Even if I don't actually do anything with the garden. Good Lord, look at this. I don't know what these are supposed to be. But they are definitely an invasive type of, or meant to be an invasive type of plant. Now, I hate these bushes, so I'm getting rid of that one. I'll leave these for now, but this definitely is. Let's see. Okay, oh, I knew there were more. So I think the outside of the house is fine. I think I'll leave it like that, especially because I don't think I can actually achieve that effect. I think that's something that the devs created because I don't think we're able to do plaster on the outside. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up a little with a weed whacker, and then I'm going to start on the inside. Hey, Lua. Elua. I'm sick again, or still, so I'm a little out of it again. I got very stressed. My boss's boss just went off on something this morning, so I was like, you know what? I'm doing a lunchtime stream just to calm myself down because I actually have an interview at 2 for another job, so I do not want to be a wreck for that interview. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like I've done everything. It looks like maybe there's a tiny little bit here. Yeah. So I thought what I'd do is start. Is this dirty? Yeah, it is. So I thought what I'd do with the house is just make it like I don't want to destroy the character, although I definitely might sell the stuffed animals because that's a little creepy. But that's odd. Why does she have a child's ball here? Okay, so I don't quite understand. I guess I need to reread the thing. Maybe she did have a child. So I thought I'd just tone things down. Now this, I'll leave it here for now, but so I thought what I'd do is paint this like a less eye-searing like this. I'd paint it subtle lilac because this color is just painful, to be honest. So that's better. So I thought that's what I'd do with the house mainly. Like, I'll keep the pink kitchen cabinets because I'm pretty sure we can't get them otherwise, and they're pretty cool. But obviously, some things I'm not going to reproduce, or I'm just going to change them, like the stripes on the walls up the stairway. Those just bother me. If we had some nice, pretty striped wallpaper, I would probably, use that instead, but we don't, so. So I think I will probably attack the kitchen. Well, what there is, it's kind of like a combo room, isn't it? It's a little odd to me that well, I have to look. I just zipped through the house the other day, so I actually I don't remember what you'd think well, it's like 1.5 floors. It's not like 2 floors. Because it seems like the second floor is only partial or something. It definitely isn't as big unless I'm completely misremembering it. So that looks better. It's still obviously not anything that probably any of us would do, but it is an improvement. This purple is like, I assume this is a color we have, but I can't see myself using it. I don't have anything against bright colors, honestly. I just wanted to mention I am not against bright colors, but this is like, colors like this are just, they're just too much. Not something I really want to look at all the time. I mean, you can use them like a highlight or something, but not anything. You know, you wouldn't use it widespread if you're an average person. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna open this just because I like to have access to the outside. So, let's see. Okay. So garage is done. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So let's see. So, okay, so the bathroom is through here. Oh God. So it's not it's not a big house. It's weird. Why does the upstairs look so much smaller than you would expect? There's the wardrobe room. So I guess this is a pretty, well, I was going to say a pretty large room. Maybe not. Anyway, I am going to try to improve it because this is just, so I'm going to start with the kitchen. Oh God, first thing we're going to do is not have a red fridge. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, a red fridge with, I mean, red with bright pink, first of all, of course. But, yeah. Let's see, kitchen, electronic equipment. So I guess we could do, she doesn't seem like she needs a big kitchen. Or this house needs a big kitchen. I mean, a big fridge. I mean, the kitchen is a mini kitchen. So, let's see. Let's just do it in white. Tone it down. So I'm not, as I said, I'm not going to change the counters. I don't think. Okay, so why? Yeah. I'm going to look, but I don't think these actually exist in the game. I mean, definitely that stovetop doesn't. But it's also very small. Maybe, okay, so we're not using, yeah. It's really small. How can this house be so small? That's weird. It just looks so much. Well, for one thing, look, now we have a lot of room taken up with that shoe thing. My eyes hurt. I think, well, of course I can't do it. I was thinking we could wrap around the kitchen a little. The problem being we don't have access. I'm pretty sure we don't have access to these. You've been avoiding this house. I decided to dive in. Don't ask me why. I probably should have gone with something more calming, but so this is one of these standing kitchen sets. It's one of the cheapest ones. Let's go for price ascending. I thought it was cheap. Wait a minute. I found it somewhere. Did I find it somewhere weird? I think I did. So it's not a standing kitchen set, but this thing, this functional counter is functional cabinet. Let's see. Okay, it's not going to be helpful. Trying to find. So I saw this just the other day. Yeah, the counters exist. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot I was doing it ascending. Um, but I thought this one in particular was in a weird location, the one with the little table at the end. So I wonder if it actually, let's do other. There it is. I think that's it. Um, you can do, oh my God. No, it does exist. It's magenta. Okay, so then you know what we can do. Ugh. Um, I'm just not sure if I can actually deal with that. I'll be honest. Um, the magenta is just. So I'm thinking. Okay, so let's see. What kind of tabletop can you get? Let's look at that. You can get the pastel rose tabletop. Can you get the magenta tabletop? No, they just threw it in there. This is just as all the regular stuff, just your usual ones. Um, I don't want to do just another pink kitchen, but I think. Okay, so yeah, this is hard. Like I said, I don't want to completely take the character away. Um, let me try and see what it looks like with a white tape, just plain white tabletop. I think it's probably going to be bad still. So this is actually, I don't know what group this goes with though. Let's see. Standing cabinets. Let me look and wait a minute. Is this one piece? So this is one piece. Okay. That's weird. Um, and it doesn't have, no, it does. So it's just it's just a regular one. The cooktop um, is not actually part of it. So that's just like a 3 counter set. I have honestly never seen that. Is this it? No. Island with a kitchen island with a heating plate. That's it. Fronts. Yeah. Okay. I see. Um, I don't know if it's gonna look any better with a white top. Actually no. I'm like I'm getting almost paralyzed because this is just um I I'm just like, what is that? That's crappy. I haven't seen that. That doesn't look nice. And honestly, I don't think that's a good use of space, that thing. Um, okay, so I think what I'm going to do is do the back wall and tone it down and then see, is there any tile that will kind of go with this? I mean, I guess this, but that's brown. We do have, oh, wait a minute. We do, oh God, I'm like just not even sure if I want to do this. It's got to be better. We do have this pink tile. Where did it go? Is it up top? Yeah, here it is. Okay. So it might be a little too subdued and look a little weird with this. Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is just plain white tile behind it, at least for now, because it's like just to kind of cleanse the palette. I think I'm gonna do just plain white tile behind it because it's just really that's really big. I wanted it a little less. Um this actually, what color is that? It's kind of gray. Okay, so I don't want to put gray. I'm like just I am kind of bowled over by this, I'll be honest. Um I feel like I've got to get that tile up as soon as possible because it's giving me a headache. Okay, white porcelain tiles. Let's do that. Does it look white? Or does it have one of those? Oh, does it have like one of those kind of grayish whites? Yeah, that would not work. I really wanted a white. It's like an off-white. Okay, so I think I know. That's weird. Okay, so this is white. I'm going to do just the plain white for now. I'm not sure if it looks that much brighter. Yeah, it's better. Let's see, let's extend. I'm going to extend the kitchen. That is a huge hood. And so it takes up a ton of room. I know we have smaller ones. Because if they definitely need, we definitely need hanging cabinets here because there's so little space. I mean, this is really constrained. Okay. Although that actually makes it look even brighter in some ways, but the wall is no longer searing my eyeballs. So that's a plus. Okay. So let's get rid of these. I'm definitely not using them again. Okay, this hood is ridiculous. There's no reason for it. This holds a lot less than a hanging cabinet would. So we have to have one that's takes up less space. In fact, I know they're hard. Okay, good. Let's see. This one takes up less space. That's probably the, well, there was one I used, so that, oh yeah, that's much better. Okay. And I am going to do it in pastel rose because it's not eye searing. And yeah, okay. So that's helpful because it takes up much less space. I think we need some lighting here. That's not it. I'm going to throw up a couple halogens just to get going. Do we have a light switch? Yes, we do. Okay, so that's better. Let's see, let's move that one down a little. Because I'm not exactly sure. I think deciding what lighting to use is going to be interesting. So I honestly, I can't decide whether I want to abandon this. I don't want to abandon the magenta. Even though it's not my style, but I don't want to abandon it. I would like to wrap around. I'm just like, I'm still like part of me is like, yes, like get rid of it, get rid of all of it. But I don't want to do that. So I do need a corner one. That matches what's there, hopefully. We don't have any. Oh no, wait a minute. So I'm gonna have to do it in white because I'm pretty sure we don't have that. So let's see, light. I don't suppose we have. Do we have bright cupboards? That's a good question. I don't think we do. Do we? Generally. Let's see what we do have. Not a lot. Yeah. We don't have we don't have a category of bright cupboards. Not a huge surprise. Okay, so this is just very basic. It doesn't really even have a category or name like Marv or Gustum or something. So, uh, okay, so I'm gonna see about creating a corner one, I guess just out of white. Um, are these hanging and just not saying hanging? No, okay. Um, those aren't wood though, so we need the like laminate kind or whatever. So light corner cupboard. Um, I just like I really wish I could keep the pink and magenta, but I to add to this, I really have to. I'm just like I'm still kind of like flabbergasted, I have to say. No, we do have pastel rose. It doesn't seem to match. That doesn't match that pastel rose. So, what was it the other day? I had to use Marv instead of Gustum, I think. Um, or was it the reverse? Ugh. I think it was Marv instead of Gustum because it wasn't on the okay, here we go. Um and pastel rose, is that closer? Ooh, it's not the same. Let's look at Gustum. Um okay. The pastel, the pink is it's not pastel rose. This is what they call pastel rose, which is really peach. So, it's probably under the light. Um light colored, and that's a dark gray. That's interesting. Okay, the pastel rose is even lighter. So this is, yeah, this is like this is like a separate category. So I'm gonna have to just go with white, sadly. I don't want to, but um, I'm gonna have to. Doesn't have any. Well, you can't open these. Okay, so this is just a corner thing. Um, it's really light. Yeah, it's just gonna look weird. Okay, so I'm gonna go with white. I really was trying to. I'm sure they don't have pastel rose, right? No. Okay. I'm just gonna go with white, and the doors will be the pure white. I just don't. Ugh, that doesn't really look white, does it? Didn't I choose white for the tabletop? Oh shoot. So let's look at the Gustum because that's yeah, that's no good. White gloss. So I guess how glossy is it? It's only somewhat glossy. Door white gloss. Drawer white gloss. Let's see. Handles light, I guess, kind of. Do they not have oh, it is selected already. Snowy pure white. So hopefully that's like, yeah. Okay. So sadly, oh, that's the wrong one. I'm such a moron. So Gustum left. Gustum corner left. B. Gustum corner left B. Okay. Here we go. Okay, white gloss, white gloss, white gloss. Handles light, tabletop, pure white. Oh, wrong way around. Oh, it's higher up. Okay, I'm thinking here. I'm not gonna be able to get hanging cabinets that match, am I? Shoot. Let's just look for hanging. And if there's a really generic one, maybe it does have it. Okay, so not the samurai. If we go by newest, this has got to be cabinet with hanging shelves. Does it come in magenta? No. Should. I mean, you're gonna have orange and green, but not magenta. I mean, come on. So I think this was relatively old. I think this was before the DLCs. I could be wrong because I haven't. Let's see, light bale hanging cabinet. Nope. Is the pastel rose better? No, it's not. It's still that really pale one. Yeah, this is a little bit of a challenge. I didn't realize it would be. Okay, so that one doesn't work. These are ones that didn't have any name. So let's see, they had those fairly long handles. Emmy, yeah, Emmy is the same problem. Yeah, it just doesn't match. Okay. Hanging cabinet. Okay, so these are not the right ones. Emmy. See, we have Gustum. Hanging narrow light colored cabinet. So they're all named. So there aren't any that match this, probably. Okay. It's not a tragedy. I'm just trying to. I was just hoping that there maybe, possibly they had added fuchsia, but I think I'm being delusional. I'm just hoping. Okay. So we'll just pick one that matches fairly well and do it in white. So this looks this custom one looks similar. Let's see. Custom hanging cabinet, custom light. Okay. So we do have a corner. Let's see how it looks. White gloss, white gloss. I'm just double checking. No, that's not the right pastel rose. Okay. Handle light glass. Okay. Oh, we don't have a corner because the fridge is there, but wait a minute. Nothing says I can't extend this, right? Yeah. So, that's sad. I wish I didn't have to do plain white, but it is what it is. Let's see. So let's do, now this is wide, but if I put it over on the right, then it should be fine. So we'll pop that. I want to keep the same height. Pop that over. Well, yeah, let's pop that here. And then I'll put some more. Yeah, I do actually hate doing it in white. I wanted to hang on to the feelings. So I'm definitely not going to get rid of those. I like them. I mean, they're definitely whacked out, but you know, I think when it's like this, they're not as, you know, they're not as bad. They're still a little eye searing, but they're good. Okay, so these only come in large, huh? That's weird. Okay. So it looks like these are probably the only two pieces that come in the magenta. So, and now that white wall is looking so sterile with the white cabinets. I'm thinking, do we actually have a matching paint for like the light pink? It might be, I think there's one that it might be. Let's see. I'm thinking it's the pastel pink might be really close. Or not. Well, let's see. It's hard to tell when it's in the can. I don't know why I even do that. You really can't tell. No, it's definitely not it. Shoot. That pink might be completely unique. In which case, there's nothing to do. Yeah, I don't think we have it. Nope. The pastel pink, I think, would have been the closest. Oh, it looks kind of dingy here, huh? Although, is that the color that's on the walls? That might be. Okay. So I'm struggling because I hate adding so much white. But I can't think of any alternative. That looks so boring in some ways from the top up. Does this turn on? Yeah, it does. That's awesome. We don't have metallic cabinets because even doing them in silver would be better. Okay, I can't think of anything. Let's see. Why is my thing? Oh, I know why. Okay, my calendar was setting off. I know why it's doing that. Okay, so I don't think there are any walls. Oh God, like I didn't realize I have it like in a bunch of different places. Would the snowy look less sterile? I think it would. Or this is actually kind of pink. Let's try it out. I just feel like I'm doing damage to this. And of course it doesn't look pink now compared to the other stuff, but it is less sterile. So I just realized I'm going to have to end in like 10 minutes tops because I have some stuff to do to get ready for that interview. That looks really boring. I mean, even the white almost looks better. Shoot. The problem is they did this house and you have so little pink in the game that trying to change it is really difficult. So, okay, I'm going to lay the floor at least. That's the wrong pink. Let me try snowy first and see if that looks better on the walls. This is going to take a lot more thinking than I thought it would. I mean, that definitely looks better than what was there. I don't suppose anyone in the workshop did pink cabinets. Probably not, but I will check when I'm offline. I think that looks better. I'm just still not sure if that's actually the perfect choice. So this is definitely a tough one. Let me see if I can find a light because I don't think I'm getting also a really good read of this because I just don't have enough light. And let's see. What light do you put in this kitchen? I wonder how, I don't know. I mean, that's definitely an option. I think I'll leave it there for now because it does provide more light. I think the other one I was looking at might be, where is it? Um, Possibly the Ico. Why do they make these names so hard? Ico something. And this one doesn't have other options, right? Blue, red, black. Nope. Um, there was one up near the top that I was looking at. Like there's the Webway one, possibly. I don't know. That I think that one's a little extreme because it is very ultra modern. I guess the question is, do I want to go in the Oh, really? You've watched other people do this and struggle with it? I'm struggling with it because I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to make something of it. I guess the question is also, what is the look going to be? I was thinking that I might try to make it what was there was a 60s design style, and I can't remember the name of it. The marble definitely would not go with that, but I'm thinking mod. That's what it is. I'm thinking that might be a good look for this. Not the way it is right now. So, but anyway, I just realized I need to prepare for my interview. Let's pretend that thankfully no one I know that I work with would be watching Twitch. And I actually have a lot of actual work to do once that's done. So, but I'm going to be on later and I'm going to be struggling with this. This is fun. I mean, it's a struggle, but it is fun. It's a new type of challenge, I guess, is what makes it fun. Trying to maintain some of what's in the house and then but kind of make it your own is not, I don't think it's something I've done before. So it is fun to have a different challenge. It's definitely challenging. So anyway, I will be on later. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and of course, thanks for everyone who is watching the VOD. I really appreciate it, and I hope you're all doing well. You should be able to paint the steps now. Oh yeah, that's okay. Was that part of the update? Although I have to say this. Oh, though you mean the stairs? Okay. You mean the stairs, not the front steps, right? I didn't even pay attention to the front. The outside of the house is not the problem, definitely. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things I want to look into. So before I start streaming later today, I'm going to comb through all the kitchen cabinets, both in the game. You're chilling at home today. Thank you. Thanks for the good wishes. I'm going to comb through all the cabinets in the game, and I'm going to comb through what is in the workshop just in case there's something that matches. I find it hard to believe there's nothing. I'm going to go back and look at I'm calling it the mini Marie Antoinette house, because I would swear that the cabinets I ended up putting in were more pink. The stairs behind the couch. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go over and look at it if I don't, like, I really want to look at what my options are, but I'm like, what'll happen. Then like 10 minutes later, I'll be like, oh shoot, I need to go. So anyway, thanks again. Thanks for chatting, and we'll see everyone later. Bye-bye.